Good morning. So this is welcome to our next session. So sorry, it's a little bit later than 10 o'clock. It has a bit of technical hitch with my laptop. I'm trying to record it twice so that I can upload it so that we can watch it again later on. So what we're going to start with today, today's going to be a bit of a mix of like stretchy stuff, but all hopefully with a football. I tried to plan to do something inside and outside, so we'll see if the rain holds out or not. So first of all then, what we're going to do is a bit of a warm-up thing. So if you've got a football, you don't necessarily need to have a football for this, just something that you can sort of pick up and move around. So sometimes I do this with like weights, or like I said before, like a little sandbag, or I don't know, you can even do it with a cushion probably, if you're stuck for something. So what we're going to start off with, just like a full, get your whole body working. So we're going to start with the ball on the floor. You're going to bend down, pick it up, and as you bend down, you're going to do like a squat position, like we did, I think like we did before, last week. So it's almost like I did then. I'm going to do it this way so you can see as well, is bend down to pick up the ball, almost like you're going to sit in an imaginary chair, grab it, and then you're going to stand back up, and then we're going to try and lift it up over our heads. Now so we're going to have a little football reference, and we're going to go back as if you're going to take a throw in, and then down into that seated position again, onto the floor. Okay, so we're going to try and do it as one big sort of smooth movement, so it should, in theory, look like this. I'm going to pull my trousers up because they're quite baggy today. So we're going to sort of go like a squat, pick the ball up, lift it up in front of us as if we're going for a throw in, and then back down to the floor again and squat. So once you get used to that motion, you can start to do it a little bit faster, and then you should start to feel it in your legs as well. Now, so when I'm doing like the squats, going quite low down, if you can't quite go that far down, that's okay. So we can try and adapt it, so you just bend your knees slightly, go down as far as you can, so that you can pick the ball up and go just up over your head. So it should just nice and smooth like this. So if you added in this this part going back over your head, because like I say it's part of football. When you take a throw in, get really used to it, but also you start to work out this part underneath your triceps, underneath your arms. So again, you can keep going for a few sets. So go up, down. Maybe try and do this for, I don't know, 20, 30 seconds maybe? Just to get yourself nice and warmed up. Cool. Like I say, the more you do it in a row, the more you should start to feel your breathing going a bit heavier. And like I say, you can do this as fast as you want, or as fast as you can, or even take it really, really gently, just to try and work out the sleepiness from your body this morning. Cool. And there we go. So this is that's our first exercise. Hopefully, you're starting to breathe a little bit more now. Great. So always can continue just using the ball, but not for like football means at the moment. Just with a couple of things that might be good against like tone stuff, but also to help you get like aware of your space around you. So the first one, and again I'm using the football for this, but you can use, if you've got weights at home and you want to use weights if you're really exercising, or if you've just got whatever you've got around your house. A couple of things that are really useful to do that help stretch out. One is we're going to try and do circles around your body and around your legs as well. So the first one we're going to do around the head. I see the lights flickering loads at the moment. It's a funny time of day at the moment, I think. So I'm going to try and just move this up here. There we go. So, you can grab your football, or your pillow, or your weights, whatever you've got. Even if you don't have them actually, you can just hold your hands together like this. So, get your ball. I'm going to start going over your right shoulder and just basically passing the ball around your head that way, so it comes back to your face. I'll do it from this side as well. So we're going to hold the ball, go over your shoulder, around the back of your head, always holding the ball, and back in front of your face again. Okay, we'll do it from this angle. So around your head, around your back, into your face again. So it doesn't look hard, or it might. It's a bit tricky, so you've got to try and pass your head underneath your elbow, which some people find quite difficult actually. So what the point of trying, I guess, of doing that is it stretches out like parts of like your top back, and again it kind of just helps you become aware of where your parts of your body are, I suppose. So again, we can do it. Start going around clockwise. Basically, you can start doing it over one shoulder, and then you can turn around and you can do it, go back the other way. So I'll show you what I mean. So you go this way, around your head, to the front, and then back the other way, around your head. So going over your right shoulder, in front, over your left shoulder, in front. Right shoulder, in front, left shoulder, around your face. So you end up with, well, when you're sitting in front of a camera, a ball for a face, which is hilarious. So this is really good for your shoulders up here. Some for your arms as well. Also the back of your neck. And it's really, really nice. And then if you start to do it a bit faster, and I realise my shirt's coming up a little bit. It looks quite fun on camera, as I've just seen now, it's making me laugh. But also, it's a really good, just little stretch out for the rest of your body. And again, you can just keep going around. It's almost like hula hooping, I suppose, but with a ball for your head. And it's surprising, you'll start to feel it in your arms here. Hi Andrew, he's over here. And who else have we got? Is it Mary as well? Mary. Good, so that's just going around the top of your head. Then what we can start to do is move down a little bit to your core, and just passing the ball backwards and forwards. Just creating like a circle around your body. And again, you can start to go the other way, and back this way again. And again, you can do this as fast as you can. This bit, when it gets around the back of your head, just around your back, you might find it a little bit difficult to find where your ball is. But again, that's part of the point of this, is it just helps you to get aware of where your limbs are and how your body works, really. So, again, you can just keep going around, see how many you can do. You can even time yourself. Do it for, say, 30 seconds, and then try and go the other way. I find it a lot harder going this way, because I think it's my left hand, this one, I'm not quite as coordinated with it. So, that seems to be quite a nice exercise, again, for your sort of chest area here, because you'll start to feel it if you do a lot, if you do it for quite a long time. And it's really, again, it's just a nice little activity. So we've got the head one, we're going around our head, up here, and back again, and then we can move it down to the body. I'm going to keep hitting this running machine next to me. Then what I want us to try and do is to go down to your legs. So this time, instead of going straight around like a circle, we're going to try and do like a figure of 8. So I might try and move this camera down a little bit and show you what I mean. So this is where it could be tricky. Again, this is really good for coordination, like hand-eye coordination, and just knowing your body, really. It's really good. So we're going to start with the ball in your right hand, and you're going to go around your right leg, around the outside. Try and go through the middle of your legs and pick it up with your left hand. And then do the same thing with your left hand now, around your body, through the middle, and you end up trying to create like a figure of 8 around your legs. So again, this is really good. I'm guessing they do this quite a lot in basketball, I'm not too sure. But you'll start, because you're bent down slightly, you get it in your legs, you get it in your arms, and in your back as well. So you start to sort of feel it in loads of places. You get it in the back of your legs here as well, because you're going to be slightly bending down. And I'll do it from this angle as well. So you're bend your knees slightly, grab your ball, around the outside, through the middle of your legs, behind, through the middle, and you start to feel it in your legs. And it's a really good exercise. It makes you really tired. It doesn't seem like very much, but when you do it a few times, yeah, you can really hear my breathing's getting funny, going a bit more intensely now as well. As with the other ones as well, you can practice then just going back the other way too, once you start to get really used to it. So, we should have then your full body going up and down of exercises, just using a ball, a cushion, whatever you've got. So you should be able to go around the top of your head, this way, go backwards, around your body, this way, and then go through your legs this way as well. And again, this is great because you don't need a huge amount of space, you just need enough for you to be able to, well, swing your head around, basically. Good, so that's a nice little start for what we're going to do today. I'm just checking. No, it's okay. We're going to just stick to indoors today. Maybe we'll do the other ones next time. So I've got some cardio stuff today to try and make your breathing really go. Trying to work out why you're at home. There's a couple of things that you can use the football for that will practice your skills as well as getting you nice and fit. So the first one is it's going to be just keeping the ball flat on the floor so it's not really moving. I'm just going to check that my other screen's working at the moment. Let's see. It is, yeah, good. And you can see it from here as well. So we're going to have the ball on the floor, and all we're going to do is we're going to stand to one side and we're going to practice like hopping from one side to the other, essentially just jumping over it. Now you can do this, well, from the back going forwards like this, nearly falling over, and then trying to jump backwards, but you've got to be very careful that you don't land on the football, otherwise you're going to fall over. So do this as slowly as you need to begin, okay? So we're just going to jump from one, over the side, jump over, jump back. And again, you don't need to use a football, you can start with like a can of beans or like just anything that's small enough for you to be able to jump over. I'm doing it with 2 feet together, but again, if you find that difficult, if your balance isn't quite there yet, you can just do however you feel comfortable, just going back, forwards, back, forwards. And then you can start to sort of get a bit of a rhythm to it, start bouncing, over, back, over, back, etc. So, again, this is really good specifically for football, because there is a lot of jumping in football when you're going for headers and that sort of thing. The way that I normally do it as well is not just going backwards and forwards, so like this, but going side to side too. So starting from, well, whichever side you feel comfortable with really. I always start on the right hand side of the football, so with my left foot next to it. And then just again hopping, but like from one side over to the other side and then back again. Okay? So kind of like this, like a little hopscotch kind of thing. Now, whenever we do this at football training, we try to see how many times you can do this over like a minute or say 30 seconds. Be nice to yourself, 30 seconds to start off with. So you can try and see how many times you can go over. And again, I'm doing this with legs together, but if you can't, that's absolutely fine. Again, it's just a case of practicing, jumping from one side to the other. And again, I'm really tired. So it's a really good little exercise. And then you can change that as well if you want, and you can practice doing it, say, from side to side, then front to back. I'm exhausted now. Yeah, so you could do like a little side to side, 3, 4, and then go 1, 2, 3, 4 this way, and kind of keep doing that. Good. So, I was going to have a little water break. But at least you know it works. So, the next one that I wanted just to show you, this is kind of more specifically with football, but I guess it's just a bit of an adaptation of like the step exercises. So what you're going to try and do is have the ball or whatever object you've got in front of you, and we're going to try and practice doing a bit of like stepping on the ball. So not fully on the ball, I'll show you what I mean. So you put your right foot on here so you can sort of roll the ball about a little bit. So your right foot here, and then you do a little bit of a hop and swap to put your left foot on top of the ball as well. And again, this might not seem too difficult, but it's almost like you're running on the spot. So it's like you're doing a little run on the spot, but you're placing your foot on top of the ball. Now the aim of it is for you to not move the ball too much. And then you can start to, so that's basically, that's the difficulty of it, is to try and touch the ball very lightly so that it doesn't move a huge amount. Now again, this is really good for football because the more you get used to being able to touch the ball and feel comfortable with where it is under your feet or with your feet, you'll eventually get to the point where you don't have to look where the ball is. You just sort of know where it is. And this kind of exercise is really useful for doing that sort of thing. So, let's practice again now. And also it's really, really tiring. So we'll do, say like 10 seconds, 20 seconds of just holding the ball under your feet, doing a little exercise like this. So 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good. And obviously you can keep doing that as well. Now, yeah, as you can tell, again, it's quite tiring. A nice thing that you can start to do once you get used to it is then practice doing that while moving as well. So you can start to go backwards with the ball, potentially not going forwards too much. Oh no, you can do it going forwards too, or backwards. And the way you start doing that is by then dragging the ball. As you bring your foot up and putting it on, you very gently just move the ball backwards or move the ball forwards as you start doing it. This might take a little while. If you're very, very new, this will take a little while to do. But again, with all of these, you just want to make sure you're not, well, you don't trip over and fall on top of the ball. I mean, you can, and I'm sure people will if they practice, but we don't want people to get hurt, do we? So again, just do it as comfortable, as slowly, as quickly as you feel like you can do. Good. Just going to check to see how see what we're doing, how we're doing for time. Okay, doing right actually. So that's most of the exercises that I want to show you today. So we have some nice stretching ones with picking up the ball. Remember from doing like the squats, going up, triceps, down, placing that down again. That's one. The next one was going around, doing the loop around your head, backwards and forwards, then around your body, backwards and forwards, and then around your legs in that kind of figure of 8 style, again backwards and forwards. That was our first 2 exercises. Then we had our jumping over the ball. This way you need to make sure that the ball's staying still, otherwise you could end up on the floor. So again, jumping over the back, wasn't it? And to the side again. And the last one we did was just our little practice of our control over the ball. So you're just touching it very, very lightly either side. Good. So what I want to try and show you for the last thing, last week I set a bit of a challenge for people to balance the ball on their heads for 10 seconds. I don't know how anyone got on with that. It's a lot harder than I remember it being. So this week what I wanted to try and show you was just the basics of what we call like kick-ups, basic. So keeping or keepy-ups, or just keeping the ball up off the floor. So a nice way to start with it, I think a lot of people find it easier to do it on your knees to begin with. And again, this is actually quite a nice exercise. So and I'll show you what I mean. So we're going to try and do knee into your hands. So grab the ball in front of you, try and bring your knee up as high as you can. And you want to try and make it so that your knee is nice and flat when you hit the ball. That way it should go straight up in the air and back down again. So we practice here. Straight up, catch it, left down, straight, catch it, up. And then you're going to try to get to the point where you don't need to catch it in the middle, and you can start to do 1 or 2 just without catching it in the middle. So we start to go, that wasn't amazing. So we start to go, just keep, right catch, left catch, right, left, catch, right catch, okay, right. Then you should start to be able to do, like a series of catching them. In fact, maybe that's where we'll stop this week. And then next week, we'll get on to using your feet to do kick-ups, and I'll try and show you some skills as well. Okay, thank you. Nice to see you all. Have wonderful weekends. Hi Jessica, and see you next week. Bye.